Welcome to Baz Travels. After driving 14,826 kilometers through 24 states and Washington, D.C., I've seen rocket launches to the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam. I've explored Route 66, ghost towns, deserts, snow, and beaches on both coasts. From Vegas casinos to Alcatraz, the White House to Hollywood. Join me for a journey of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Loading destination. Simulation starting in 3, 2, 1. To look around, move your phone or tablet. Click and drag if on a computer or move your head if using a VR headset. Please like and subscribe.
Dodger City's reputation was built fast, loud, and deliberately. Long before it became a place people lived permanently, it became a place people talked about. That reputation still follows it today. The town's origins are tied directly to the American frontier moving west. In the early 1870s, Dodge City emerged as a railhead at the edge of the plains, positioned perfectly to serve the booming buffalo hide trade. Millions of bison were slaughtered on the plains, and Dodge City became the primary shipping point where hides were loaded onto trains and sent east. That single function shaped everything. Hunters, traders, railroad workers, and opportunists flooded in. The town grew almost overnight, and law struggled to keep pace. Violence, gambling, and drinking became part of daily life, not because the town was uniquely lawless, but because it was temporary, fast-moving, and profit-driven. Dodge City leaned into that image. Saloons, dance halls, and gambling houses dominated the streets. The town didn't just tolerate vice, it monetized it. That's how Dodge City gained its lasting nickname as one of the wildest towns in the West. Law enforcement arrived later, and when it did, it became part of the legend. Figures like Wise Earp and Bat Masterson worked here, not as lone heroes, but as paid enforcers trying to impose order on a chaotic economy. Their presence added credibility to Dodger City's growth myth. By the late 1870s, the buffalo were gone, and the town had to change or disappear. Dodge City pivoted again, this time becoming a major cattle shipping point. Texas cattle drives ended here, and rail transport carried livestock east. The violence eased, but the town remained rough, busy, and transactional. Over time, Dodge City stabilized. Families settled, permanent buildings replaced temporary ones. Schools, churches, and businesses followed. The frontier phase ended, but the reputation never did. In the 20th century, Dodge City made a conscious choice to preserve and promote its history. Rather than distancing itself from the Wild West image, the town embraced it. Tourism, museums, and historical reconstructions became part of the local economy. What's important to understand is that Dodge City wasn't chaotic by accident. It was chaotic because it sat at the edge of expansion. It existed to serve movement, trade, and profit at a time where stability came later. Today, Dodge City is a normal, functioning town with a dramatic layered past. The legends are real, but they represent a very specific moment, a brief, intense period where the frontier collided with industry. That moment was short-lived, but it was enough to make Dodge City one of the most recognizable names in American history.
Simulation terminated. Please comment, like and subscribe.